Sorry. Forgot I had that visible right when I flipped over to the channel. Anyway, hey, welcome or welcome back. I'm gonna have to make sure I check from now on if I have any clips visible um, before I flip over to the channel or to this scene in Streamlabs. But anyway, I hello, Mademoiselle Side. Look at you with that little message already. You are the best little YouTube wife I could ask for. Hello, Mars. Good to see you. Hello, Aaron Shred. Also good to see you. There's our little rising star. You just want to push the little cheeks. No, thank you. Yeah, so I did get an email today from YouTube that I got approved to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. So I can now do basically the monetization light. So I could do memberships if I wanted. And there's the super stuff that's also available, but that should be available. I don't know if it really is or not. Who knows? It says it is. I'll have to look it up and see how to get all that activated probably, and I haven't had a chance to. But yes, yeah, we did get that at least. I think. I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, I have to accept terms, and I haven't done that yet. There we go. Yeah, let's just turn them on. And yeah, I won't do memberships at least for a while. I don't know. I'm a big kid now. That's right. I don't know what I could offer y'all that would make a membership even worth anything, worth you paying for anything, unless it would be like members only live streams or like members only vlogs or something. But yeah, hello Jonalyn, hello Blue Hoodie, hello Salty Pearl. Monetized era, yeah. So now whenever Amberlyn says, all you reaction channels out here earning money from, I can't be all snarky and be like, not me, I'm not monetized. Because now I am. I don't get ad revenue yet. That's still 1,000 subscribers. Or it's 300, 314 subscribers and 1,000 watch hours away. So that's still a little ways away. But, you know, I'm happy with the progress that I've made. So let me refresh and see if any of that became active when I just Aww, it's my first super chat. Thank you, Aaron. You don't have to do that, but it is working. Aww, that's so sweet of you. No, you all never have to do a super chat. It's keep your hard-earned money. Oh, that's so sweet. I'll have to take a screen cap of that, print it out, and hang it on the wall behind me. My first super chat. There we go. We got our little screen cap. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much, dear. But it's Canadian dollars. It's not real dollars. Baby's first super chat type deal. I know. I feel like I'm taking the training wheels off. It's funny. Let me find my hearts. I really wish my monitor would stop disconnecting. It's very annoying. I know, build the PC, Libby. I'm gonna do it this weekend, I promise. I got caught up watching too many videos on what I needed to do. But yeah, so I've only been on here, what, 12 years? Burn! Burn! Man. No, I've only been making content really since 2021, I want to say. So, like, 3.5 years making content. I mean, of course, I've had a YouTube account for a bazillion years because I watched YouTube. But yeah. 12 years. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Salty Pearl. But yeah, finally got a little bit of monetization, so that makes me happy. But yeah, today's a busy day. I've only allotted myself 2 hours for this stream. So we are going to find out, Mademoiselle Scythe. We're going to find out, my little sugar dumpling. We're going to find out what Beck has to say. Because Beck uploaded a video yesterday evening titled My Second Video Back to YouTube. So, she is a salty one, Aaron. That indeed. So where is my button? Full screen. There it is. All right. Angle that a bit. Thank you for being here. I'm going to mispronounce this. Maybella? I feel like Amber Lynn doing a cameo. Am I pronouncing that right? Mabala? Marmalade? Portobello? Yeah, Beck isn't giving the greatest impression whenever they come back to YouTube. And I think it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. But not everybody. Beck has a lot of people that support them. Ooh, you built the plum blossom? Ma Bella. Thank you, Ma Bella. Hey, Aaron, post that in the Discord and the Hobbies channel. I would love to see it, because I need to buy that one still.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, no, not yet, Beck. Alright. Beck keeps trying to bring Amber down. Well, I don't know what Beck says in this, so we'll have to wait and see here. Let's do a volume check. I'm going to play her for a few seconds, and you can let me know. Sorry, I'm going to play them for a few seconds.
Hey, everyone. First of all, I want to address your response to my last video.
Alright. How's the volume for y'all? And I'm sorry, but I have to speed Beck up to 1.25 speed, because just like Amber Lynn, they speak a little too slowly for me. So we're going to... Good? Alright. I will take it. Alright. So we have Beck sped up a little bit. Maybe that's when I felt that cold chill whenever you were cursing my name. You just follow the instruction booklet, Aaron. Just follow the instructions. They broke up in what, 2021? Yeah, I believe 2021. If Beck wants to move on from that crummy era of their life, they shouldn't bring up. Yeah, and I know they mentioned that they were responding to the things that Amber Lynn said in my chat, but I mean, she could have just been like, sorry, they could have just been like, you know what? It's fine. Amber Lynn can say whatever she wants and just let it go, because I mean, Amber was just responding to things that I was saying. And my channel was so tiny. It's still very tiny, don't get me wrong, but it was even tinier, that she didn't expect anybody to see her in my chat, and she was just talking to people. So, it was for experts. It was an expert Lego. You know, they aren't. What do we got here? I've got my poinsettia. They aren't that. I need to put my petals back on. It fell over and they fell off. I need to purchase a shelf for up there. Oh! No! If you guys give me a couple of minutes, I can get the cottage cheese and Doritos. I just gotta run downstairs. I know the poinsettias are super cute. Well, let's listen to Beck here. And since she's just talking, well, I won't be able to pause. Wait, I can pause her because I can pause and unpause from my headset usually. All right, you want me to go get the... All right, here. Listen to... ask Tommy to bring them to me. I don't have a Tommy in my life. And my YouTube work wife doesn't live in my state. I try to not misgender Beck, but sometimes I slip up and I don't mean to. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I never mean to misgender Beck. It's just a habit. Hey, Fiona's mom. All right, let's watch Beck first, and then I will get the cottage cheese and Doritos. How are you feeling, Fiona's mom? I usually catch myself and correct myself if I misgender, because it's only just recently they said that they only want to go by they. Just last week, so it's a hard habit to break. Alright, let's see what Beck has to say in the second video back to YouTube. What kind of content do we think this is going to be? Is it going to be a paranormal? Is it going to be a paranormal story? Is it going to be just talking about their life? What kind of content do we think this is going to be? Yes, we all make the effed. Hey, Stitch and Stream. I've been meaning to ask you, what kind of yarn do you use whenever you do your crocheting? A load of yapping. Well, that's what I do. I do a load of yapping. That's why my streams are 3 hours long, because I don't shut the fuck up and watch the video.
Hey everyone. First of all, I want to address your response to my last video. I want to thank every single one of you who commented kind things, everyone who watched my video and showed me understanding, and all the people who helped me through their generous donations and super thanks. The reaction was overwhelmingly supportive and heartwarming.
yeah, it was overwhelmingly supportive, which is great. Beck Beck does deserve to be supported. I just don't know if they deserve to be so overtly uh financially supported by the community that they shit on. The cheapest, do you get acrylic, or do you get like cotton, or what kind of yarn? Um about what they're going to do. Oh, you can get in this Thursday, 2 days from now. You can get in 2 days from now. That's amazing. I hope they can get you that transplant soon. If I could give you part of my liver, I absolutely would, but our blood types do not match. I would I I would donate that shit to you so quick. Girlfriend tag? I don't have a girlfriend to tag, Blue Hoodie, but you are all welcome to tag your girlfriends if you are lucky enough to have one. Um, Salty Pearl says, I had a similar experience. I had a friend in school who went by they, them, but would accidentally call them she, her because their name was a female presenting name. I always felt bad afterwards. Yeah, acrylic. Okay. Acrylic, your cotton selection small. Yeah, it's I try very hard to not slip up. I have a friend that I play D&D with that is transgender, and sometimes I will mess up and say he instead of she, and I always immediately correct myself, and I feel bad because it's been like 2 years. But just like the voice sometimes, because it's not a feminine voice, and I hear the voice and it throws me off a little bit. So I never mean any disrespect, and I don't mean to misgender people or call people the wrong name. It's just sometimes I slip up. So just get that disclaimer out there right now. So, oh no, I don't want any tears. No tears. But yeah, Beck did have. So I went through and added up during Ilya's live stream. And just the super thanks that I saw on the video, I was at over $1,000 in super thanks. And I wasn't even done going through. Somebody told me in Discord they saw a super thanks for like $1,250. So we're looking at like over $2,200 just in super thanks. Um, so I can only imagine how much they got through their Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Beck isn't gonna have to work for months. Nope, Lizzie, you aren't late. We are just now getting really into it. Salty Pearl, I believe in you, Libby. I know you'll find a girlfriend one day. Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Mademoiselle Side says, whenever I was in uniform, I was always called, ooh, I like me a woman in uniform. I was always called sir. I didn't give a shit. It was when they realized what they said in their faces, like, oops. So, alright. Nope, you are right on time, Lizzie. Yeah, that's a huge chunk of change, Lizzie. I have to work. I have to work a couple of weeks to make that. I'm also paid very well for what I do, but still.
Never anticipated the amount of support I would receive.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You absolutely knew what kind of support you were going to get. You knew people would open their wallets, pocketbooks, purses, piggy banks. You knew people would donate that shit because you came on with a sob story about your car. Which I was young once with shitty ass cars. but this car slid into a ditch. The insurance is going to cover that.
And I can't even begin to tell you the difference it made in my life so quickly. Because of you guys, I was able to pay for my car to be towed. I was
Absolutely, Lizzie. They knew.
able to make up the difference in rent this month, and you even helped ease my worries.
Make up the difference in rent. Don't they live with their fiance? Does their fiance not work? I don't know what their fiance does. I mean, I understand what it's like to be working for minimum wage or barely above minimum wage. But hello, Crescent Moon. Dragged immediately from the start. Yeah.
About covering my car and insurance payments while I wait for their claim decision. Just a handful of days ago, I was so afraid of losing everything and sliding backwards again on top of how it would be received. Even while I
See, this is what gets me. They know exactly what they're doing and saying here. I was so afraid I was going to lose everything. And they said the same thing in the previous video. I'm so afraid of losing everything again. It's it's they know what they're doing. They know what they're saying. They know that people are going to donate. Did I see that ALR called my channel chat intimate? Intimate? I did. I did see that, yes. Bow chicka bow bow. No, it's it's I believe because my channel is tiny and there weren't very many people in the chat. And I don't think Amberlynn thought that any haters had found my channel yet. But she had named my channel previously, and other reactors had been in my chat and knew that Amberlynn was in here. People knew that she was in my chat. So there's always going to be people lurking to screen cap things. I heard the word lesbian when I came in. Is that what called you in? Was that the is that the bat signal to bring lesbian in? Lesbians! They all come rushing into my chat. If Beck and the fiance both work 2 jobs, they can stay afloat. Are they allergic to work? The way this is Blue Hoodie, that was Mademoiselle Scythe. The way Beck explained in last video, they worked together and both were sick. See, I couldn't remember if they still work together or not, because I thought Beck had gone through a couple of jobs by now, but maybe not. The bat call must be why. You know, I have... Oh my god, where is it? Oh, there it is. Maybe I need to go stand on my front porch and call out for lesbians. Is that what I need to do? Oh, I'm gonna stand up. This is gonna be a horrible view. I apologize. Maybe I should switch. Let's do this real quick. I have a little bat signal. Should I switch this to a lesbian signal? Put like the put a lesbian signal on the front.
I was making the video, I wasn't sure if even making it and saying anything about Amber or myself was the right choice. But after hearing your stories and your kind words, I now know that I could really make a lot of you happy by making content again. I don't want to sound dramatic, but I truly feel blessed and saved by everyone who reached out to me. You've given me the opportunity to change how I am perceived on YouTube. This outpour of positivity made coming back to YouTube more welcoming for me.
People have been saying that for the last 2 years to Beck. It
I would like to continue making content to some extent, though it may be kind of sporadic, mainly because I'm still
to some extent, and it may be sporadic. Yes, it'll be sporadic whenever she needs something, whenever they need something.
working my full time job that I'm really passionate about, and it takes up a lot of my time. But it was because of your help that I was able to keep my job by
The popple was cute, by the way.
getting rides to work and not continuing to miss too many days.
Wait, what was that? So, do they only have one vehicle? I think this is her art. Stitch and Stream is their art. They they've gotten a lot better. Their art and drawing, I think, has gotten better in the last several years. Yes, Fiona's mom, you can be an honorary member of I assume being a lesbian. The women loving women.
Working my full
Whoop.
time job that I'm really passionate about, and it takes up a lot of my time. But
Well, yeah, I mean, working a full-time job does take up time. It takes 40 hours a week. A lot of us that make content work full-time. And it does take time to make videos. It takes time to record. It takes time to edit. And if being a content creator isn't your full-time job, you have to find time outside of your regular job to do it. And it can be a challenge. So, I mean, a lot of us do it. But I guess they only have one vehicle. Yes, I do have 2 jobs. My schedule for this week is ridiculous. That I planned out in my Google Calendar.
it was because of your help that I was able to keep my job by getting rides to work and not continuing to miss too many days.
Okay, so I guess they were able to. So she keeps saying, they keep saying I. What about their fiance? Beck isn't saying we were able to get rides to work. So does the fiance have a vehicle? But they work different shifts or something? I don't know.
So I'll do what I can to come up with.
And what about Logan? What about her BFF? Does Beck did say in the last video that they moved to a new area, I guess. They moved and have like new friends, like a new place to live in, like new friends and a new job, I thought they said. So maybe Beck and Logan had a falling out.
With new ideas and make things that you guys might like to see as often as I can. Maybe we can even come up with some fun type of series together. I want to keep the positivity going and making this channel a safe place for all of us. In my last video, I talked about narcissistic abuse and the importance
Narcissistic abuse. So I know this is an unpopular opinion. Beck doesn't have roommates. I think they live with their fiance. Walking isn't always a great option, Mademoiselle Scythe, especially if you live like a 20-minute drive or something away. You live in America. You know how hard it is to walk places. I know this is an unpopular opinion in the community, but Amberlyn has said that she's never been diagnosed with narcissism and that she's asked multiple therapists. Now, the problem with working with therapists, psychologists, and everybody is it's all about self reporting. So it's going to depend on what you're telling your therapist or psychologist. But I don't think this is my opinion because Amberlynn hasn't been officially diagnosed. I don't believe she's a narcissist, and I'm not going to armchair diagnose her. Does she have narcissistic qualities and tendencies? Yes, she does. I think a lot of people do, but they may not be actual narcissists. Um, so now again, with what Beck is saying, whenever Beck is working with a therapist or a psychologist, it's all about self-reporting. So with what Beck is telling their therapist, the therapist is probably going to say, well, without knowing your ex, I would say that they could be a possible narcissist. But your therapist isn't going to diagnose somebody that they don't know. Um, and you're right, Heather. Amber doesn't stay with them very long. She was with the one for the weight loss surgery. She was with that therapist for a good, 4 or 5 months, and they diagnosed her allegedly with BPD. I say allegedly because I haven't seen the paperwork. I don't know, and I don't care to see the paperwork. But um, I would not say I'm an Amberlynn supporter. I try to look at the facts and look at things. I also try to understand where people are coming from. And I think I try to look at Amberlynn as she is now and not look at Amberlynn as she was 10 years ago, whenever she was in her early to mid 20s. We change a lot as people in that time frame. And I know she was an awful partner to Casey and Crystal and even Destiny. Those were horrible, horrible relationships. And Amberlynn was definitely abusive in various ways, whether it be emotional or financial when it came to Beck. But I think when Amberlynn was that age, I don't think she knew any better, to be honest. She hadn't seen therapists. She wasn't. It's. Given the way that she grew up and the way that she was raised and the type of life that she had, I don't think she understood that what she was doing and the way she behaved in those relationships wasn't how you should behave or treat a partner. When I was in my early 20s, I was a horrible girlfriend looking back. I was awful probably in my first couple of relationships. But you grow and you learn. And I think that if Amberlynn gets into therapy and kind of reflects on those relationships and maybe tries to make amends and talks about these things honestly with a therapist, then she can begin to grow and heal and do better. But the problem is, girl world in general doesn't want to give her the space to do that. So how can Amberlynn work towards being better in the future if we keep her stuck in the past? I mean, it's like Amberlynn's mom, Mama Lynn. She served time in prison. She was a drug addict. If but she's gotten clean and gotten better and gotten help and she's doing so well. If people in her life now kept bringing up things that she did 10 years ago, that wouldn't do her any good, and it wouldn't be good for her headspace. So, she could log off. Absolutely. I don't think Amberlynn should be watching reaction channels, mine included. And I don't think she should be reading comments. Now, granted, I'm not mean, and I try to give constructive criticism, but sometimes I can be a little snarky if you catch me on the wrong day. But I also think it's here's maybe a sort of example. Like when I was a kid growing up, it was perfectly common and seen as okay to spank your children. So my generation, um, a lot of people are still like, well, I turned out fine. Why can't we spank our kids? Whereas now it's seen as you really shouldn't do that. There are better ways to discipline your children. But being from that era where we were spanked, we would we would I don't have kids, but people in my generation that grew up probably also spanked their children because they were never told any different. You just didn't know any better. And now we do know better. So that's a cycle that needs to be broken. And I think that's similar with Amber Lynn, that she needs to get into therapy and be able to take accountability and learn from these issues and mistakes and do better. And I think we need to give her the space to be able to do that. Does that make sense? So, no, I'm not an Amber Lynn supporter. If anything, I support her becoming a better person. And I want everybody to do that. I want Beck to grow and learn and stand on their own 2 feet and not have to come to a community they don't like to ask for help. So, Aaron, I'm a exennial too. We're effed. Aren't we though? We are a fucking mess. I grew up drinking straight from the. That explains so much, Mademoiselle Scythe. You're a little. No. Yeah, Lizzie says I've been a hot mess. People can change. It's taken me a long time to get where I am now. Yeah, and that's that's where I come from. So I try to think about where Amber Lynn has come from and where she can go if she wants to. Give me 1 second and I will get you a link, Fiona's mom. So, so I don't hate Amber Lynn, but I'm also not like she can do no wrong. I will call out when I think she's doing something wrong or bad behavior, but I will also support her when she's doing something that I think is good for her. I'm an equal opportunity asshole. I will be I'll be an ass to anybody that I think deserves it. So, anyway, back to Beck's video.
Of having a support system. I'd like to talk a little now about the long-term effects of narcissistic abuse and the way it personally affected me over the years. For me, my self-confidence and worth was damaged more than anything. While I've had abusers be mean and cruel, no one could hurt me quite like I've hurt myself. Narcissistic abusers can use that low self.
I may have to slow her back down just to. Sorry, them back down. They are speaking a little quicker than. Speaking a little quicker than normal.
Esteem to convince you that your negative thoughts are true and that you really do.
Oh, maybe not. That's a big difference. Amber allegedly has a therapist.
Don't deserve better than how you're treating yourself.
Okay, let's back up here.
Narcissistic abusers can use that low self esteem to convince you that your negative thoughts are true and that you really don't deserve better than how you're treating yourself and how they in turn treat you. I thought I deserved all the horrible things being done to me and said about me, but it was painful, and that's why I've been so defensive in the past.
So, this could also be applied to Amber. Amber has a lot of horrible, nasty things said about her that just aren't true, and then she has to come on and defend herself. I haven't seen a lot of horrible, nasty things said about Beck, unless they're talking about when they were with Amber. When they were with Amber, they were both attacked because Beck supported Amber like a good partner would and defended Amber against attacks from the haters. So, I mean, Amber wasn't a good partner, absolutely. Um, and I've said many times that, in my opinion, Amber Lynn was emotionally and financially abusive towards Beck, and I still stand by that. But Beck isn't innocent. Beck did some not great things too. And after the breakup with the whole GoFundMe, there were issues there too. Now, just like Amber Lynn, I wanted to give Beck the chance to grow and change. But with the coming on and the e-begging, we'll call it, that hasn't been something that has improved. Near Care Bear Grumpy. I have a Grumpy Bear Funko Pop that is my spirit animal. Where is Grumpy? I don't know where Grumpy... Oh! Grumpy's downstairs. You are timed out, FBI Frank. I'm sorry. FBI Frank, I don't know what your problem is the last couple of weeks. You used to actually not be a dick in the comments, and I'm a little disappointed.
Past. Even though I've struggled with negative self talks.
Yes, this is a popple. I had a popple when I was a kid.
Why I've been so defensive in the past. Even though I've struggled with negative, I thought I deserved all the horrible things being done to me and said about me, but it was painful, and that's why I've been so defensive in the past. Even though I've struggled with negative self-talk since I was little, it still never got easy to cope with. Finally, leaving that kind of relationship after years of exploitation and mental gymnastics left me feeling trapped in a cycle of hopelessness and worthlessness. It took a lot of time, self-reflection, and having friends and family who saw better in me, who never gave up on me to build my confidence up to where it is today. Even now, I still struggle to see the good qualities in myself sometimes. There were days that I couldn't get out of bed in the morning, leave the house, go to work, or take care of my basic needs. Healing has been a...
Yeah, I agree, Lizzie. You really have to take accountability for yourself too. I'm having trouble following. It's like she's saying a lot but not saying anything. They're trying to use a lot of like therapy type speak. But the cadence is throwing me off.
After years of exploitation and mental gymnastics.
So exploitation. I guess they're saying that Amber Lynn exploited them by being on the YouTube channel. And
left me feeling trapped in a cycle of hopelessness and worthlessness. It took a lot of time, self-reflection, and having friends and family who saw better in me, who...
Did that self-reflection include their part in things as well, or only Amber Lynn's? Because it sounds like they're blaming everything on Amber Lynn being abusive and not taking any accountability for their own actions and their own part. They're using ChatGPT. Could be. Could be. Um, I guess they're saying that Amberlyn manipulated them into doing these things and behaving a certain way.
Never gave up on me to build my confidence up to where it is.
Okay, friends and family. That's great. I love to see a confident person. I'm glad that they've been able to find the worth in themselves. And no, I'm not answering my phone. Um, I'm glad they've been able to find the worth in themselves and to see what they have to offer and that they're a good person, as far as I can tell and know. Just a little uh I don't want to say victim complex, but a little bit.
Today. Even now, I still struggle to see the good qualities in myself sometimes.
I think I think a lot of us can struggle with that. And I mean, and we haven't been in an abusive relation. Well, we have, but it's but that's not why. Stitch and Stream, they're not taking accountability for themselves, just blaming ALR. When I was in a toxic relationship, I was toxic as well, and it needs to be addressed and acknowledged. Yeah. Fiona's mom, a lifetime ago, I was with an abusive man, but I blamed myself for staying. Isn't it up to each individual to acknowledge their part? Stitch and Stream says she played a role. Well, but I think I don't think you should blame yourself for staying, because usually when you stay in an abusive relationship, you're usually either manipulated into staying or you're financially bound to that person. And that's kind of how it was with Beck with Amber. They were kind of financially reliant on Amberlyn. And that's where the financial abuse comes in. That's why I say that Amberlyn was financially abusive to Beck. Because maybe Amberlyn's initial reasoning for wanting Beck to not work was, this job is hurting your back, let me take care of you. But it also gave Amberlyn complete control. Because I think Amberlyn, as I've said this before, that I think one of Amberlyn's issues that stems from the bipolar, or I'm sorry, the borderline personality disorder and the way that she was raised is she's afraid of being left. She has abandonment issues. Which I think is why she wants to get married so badly, because once you have the ring on the person, it's harder for them to escape your little grubby paws. But I think that if Amberlyn could make Beck financially reliant on her, then they wouldn't leave. Not self-blame, but acknowledging how you enabled the situation. I was financially dependent and people pleased. Identity, acknowledge, and learn tools to prevent it moving forward. Yeah, totally agree and get that. Yeah. But were you with somebody that needed you home with them 24/7 because they were bedbound for a year? So that's the other issue. Beck couldn't go out and get a job in like 2019 era because Amber Lynn couldn't do a lot of things for herself. So, yes, Beck proposed, but I don't know. I don't know if Beck really wanted to propose. I think Beck proposed. Beck proposed because it was expected, maybe. Let's see, Fiona's mom. Yes, I was stuck financially, but even to this day, Fiona's dead, and I live a life where if I have to leave, I can, and that's wonderful. If you ever end up having to leave Fiona's dad, I'm glad that you're able to, because that's usually why women end up staying in abusive relationships. Or why people, we'll say people, end up staying in abusive relationships is because they can't afford to leave. And that's where shelters come in handy, if you need to get out of a relationship like that.
There were days that I couldn't get out of bed in the morning, leave the house, go to work, or take care of my basic needs.
That sounds like depression. Your little grubby paws, that's right. The next woman I get a hold of isn't getting out of my grubby little paws. Yeah, this sounds like depression.
Healing has been a long and hard journey, but I'm proud of the progress I've made no matter.
So again, it sounds like depression, which is a separate issue, I would think.
How my progress may look to someone on the outside. You should all be proud of your progress too, no matter where you are in your journey. In my description, I'm going to link an article I found that has a lot of really good information, warning signs, a helpline, and how to break the cycles like these.
So, I guess I'm struggling to understand. I'm I'm trying to under maybe I just need to read more up on quote narcissistic abuse or something. But how does that relationship from 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, make it to where you can't get out of bed and go to work and things? That sounds more like depression to me. Maybe I just need to read up more on narcissistic abuse, if that is what Beck feels they were dealing with. Hello, Tadu. Did the obsessed fan who shacked up with Beck decide to move to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, or were they originally from there? Um, they already lived in Kentucky because I believe they met at work. Fiona, I bet you're a good girlfriend, Libby. I don't know. I'm kind of old and stuck in my ways. Your name's Elizabeth too. You fell off for Beck. I hope they're healing. I hope Beck is healing and doing well as well. There are too many Elizabeths. An Elizabeth, if you will. That's why I go by Libby. We have too many Lizzies in here. Elizabeth is your middle name. Triple Elizabeth. Um, Depression could be a side effect of an unhealthy relationship, having no hobbies, not leaving the house, sedentary lifestyle. Okay. Good to know, Heather. Good. Is this Tattoo says, is this Tattoo? It's the same evil ALR magic. They forced her to quit her their job, stay estranged from their mom. Um, if you're in a relationship and your partner is threatening to, I don't know, not do things or do something, or threatening to whatever because you want to go visit somebody, um, then it's going to make you not want to do those things, to go see people, see friends, because you want to keep the peace at home. Um, People with bipolar, with borderline personality disorder, um, can do those things because, again, the abandonment issues, but they also don't want you to. They don't want you to have anything else, or anybody else in your life, and that is a symptom of borderline personality disorder. So, um, it I think it's quite possible that Amberlyn did those things. I mean, we have proof from the vlogs during that time period. You met a Zibby? That's interesting. Yes, a lot of Elizabeths. Both Fiona's dad and I are old and stuck in our ways, but it works for us. I think that Beck's fiance was a viewer of Amberlyn's channel. I don't know if I don't know if they're a hater. They may be a hater now. Is bipolar and borderline personality disorder different? They're different, but from what I've read recently, that a lot of times in women, borderline personality disorder is misdiagnosed as bipolar disorder, which seems to possibly be what happened with Amber Lynn, because Amber Lynn was diagnosed with bipolar disorder a few years ago, but I think it's actually borderline personality disorder. So, Tattoo says, that's a reasonable explanation if my partner doesn't want me to see my buddy, but nobody is keeping me from seeing my dying mother. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. But Beck strikes me as, I don't want to say weak, but not as dominant when it comes to a relationship, that they would maybe defer to their partner. So, yes, thank you, Mademoiselle Scythe. Smoochy, smoochy. Such a good little YouTube wife. Yeah, abusers isolate people. Yeah. Thought the roommate was an ALR hater, that they did a super chat. I don't know. It's quite possible.
Now, the next thing I want to address is Mr. Snowflake's upcoming video about me. I'm aware it's being made,
Oh.
but I haven't been asked to interview or anything like that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch it. Watching videos other people make about me can be really hard.
I imagine. Um, I imagine it would be difficult. So Mr. Snowflake didn't reach out to Beck to interview. It sounds like. Maybe he will after this. An ALR Exis support group. I think Cheyenne Jasmine has a video about that. Ah, French is your first language. Okay. Passive, yes, Heather. Dun dun dun. I know. Oh, I need to have that like chipmunk or the groundhog that like turns around. I need that. Imagine having a boundary up for videos about yourself. I know. Amber Lynn needs to not seek out content about herself. I think it would go a long ways to helping her mental health. Yes, the Amber's exes speak out. Yes, it's hilarious. Cheyenne Jasmine's parodies and spoofs are hilarious.
I know it's going to cover a lot of really painful times in my life, some of which I was too out of it to even remember, due to different medications I was on, mixed with grief and the stress of my situation at the time.
So here's what I wonder. I've only seen a little bit of one of Mr. Snowflake's videos, and that was the one about Casey. Does Mr. Snowflake approach these videos as Amber is bad, Amber is the one doing everything wrong, or does he take a non-biased approach? Because I'm wondering how he's approaching the Amber and Beck relationship. So I'm just wondering because people make Amberlynn out to be this horrible, horrible villain, and she can be the villain, absolutely. But I don't think she's as evil as people have made her out to be. And I think what we're missing is the nuance of what has made Amber and shaped her through the years when she was in those relationships. And it wasn't the algorithm, it was her childhood. You feel bad for Beck because they clearly don't want to be discussed by Amber. Yeah, and if you're talking about like those screenshots, those were from my chat, and I've given some disclaimers that Amberlynn didn't bring up Beck on her own. Amber was responding to me saying that I hadn't watched Karina Kaboom's interview with Beck yet, but I needed to. And then we had a little back and forth with me giving my opinion and Amberlynn answering. You think Beck needs some mental health help? Something is going on with them. Maybe it's just self-esteem issues, maybe something else. People say a lot of shit on Reddit, Lizzie, and I would say 98% of it is not true. How can she be bad when she's an empath? Amberlynn is not an empath. Um, yeah, Beck, I think Beck said in their last video that they were in therapy. I don't know if they are right now, but they have been in therapy recently. Snowflake started very unbiased. He was a bit of an Am baby. Okay. For the victims of the Empath series, it's about Amber abusing partners. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought they were about.
I trust Mr. Snowflake to give an honest perspective and make.
I don't. That was her sympathy bone, Peep Chop. She couldn't find her sympathy bone.
The video in a respectful way. And as you guys know, Mr. Snowflake has given me so much support and helped me out in the past, and I'll always be grateful to him as well. If he wanted to ask me questions about anything, I'd be open to helping in any way I can. And I think that if anyone is interested in the video, you should definitely check it out once it comes out. His content is really well made and thoroughly researched. Honestly, I'm not even.
Imputation. Hello, Huarchata? This is a nice drawing of Naruto. Beck's drawing and art style has really improved over the years.
I'm sure where he got that baby picture of me. I'm already impressed. After going through some of the comments, I picked out a few things I wanted to talk about and respond to. So I'll be going through those now. A frequently asked question was about something I mentioned in my last video.
A frequently asked question? Something feels off to me with the reading of this. I don't know what it is. They are reading from a script, but something just feels off to me. Yeah, the brows. Oh, hey, Kim. Common sense, common sense. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well.
Some people ask why I haven't legally pursued the money from the live streams I was in with Amber or had questions about the attorney I talked to. I wanted to go more into detail for those who were confused and wanted me to try and get that money back. I did want to stand up for myself in that way and to fight for what she owed me. I didn't want to feel like she had won and gotten away with it. So last year, I tried working with an attorney who had reached out and contacted me and offered to work pro bono on my case. He seemed legit and confident at the time. But when
Okay, so the attorney did offer to work pro bono. So, and just last year, because I had wondered in Discord, I'm like, what took so long? Amber didn't move until October of 2023. You had over 2 years to try to file something if you wanted to file something. An attorney that contacts you seems sus. I like her script only because it's more organized for her and it helps her focus with her ADD to remain on task during the processing of trauma. It helps organize. It just doesn't feel like Beck's writing. Could be why it feels off to me the way it's being read. It seems very stilted. Let's give me 600-pound life intro.
when I wasn't able to provide him an update, he seemed legit and confident at the time. But when I wasn't able to provide him an updated address for Amber to serve her with the lawsuit, he said that he would send her an email. But I have.
You can't. I don't believe you can serve someone over email. It has to be in person. So, and I don't know why an attorney wouldn't be able to find Amber's updated address. It's public information. Um yeah, it is snowing in New Orleans. It's crazy. Uh wasn't Beck friendly with Wifey? Couldn't she message Wifey and be like, "Hey, do you have Amber Lynn's address?" Um it's wouldn't be hard to get Amber Lynn's address. Because if you're an attorney, you have access to different databases and things to do like background checks and things for free. You could easily get Amber's new address. You know she's in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City. Everybody knows that. And Beck was friendly with Jade. She could have messaged Jade and been like, "Hey, where did you move Amber to?" You don't feel like the attorney was legit? That's what it sounds like, maybe. Somebody just wanting to get information. Eric and Ricky have it, yeah. Are you asking me, am I in the South? I am in Arkansas. I'm not in Arkansas. Sorry, I read Arkansas on the screen. I'm in Missouri. I am north of Arkansas. Yeah, Eric and didn't I think Eric and Ricky had a falling out with Beck. Yeah, papers have to be served in person. They do. I mean, you could email Amberlyn, "Hey, I'm trying to sue you, but I need your address. Can you give it to me?" No.
No way of knowing if she ever saw the email, and after that, I stopped hearing from the attorney altogether. I'm guessing.
Quick move. Yeah. I picked up my house and moved it to Arkansas, so it's all exactly the same. Beck should know how to look on the farms. Yeah. Eric likes
Ever
drama.
saw that email. And
Yeah.
after
So
that, I stopped hearing.
apparently though, we have better buzz balls here. Have you seen the big buzz ball I posted in my community tab post? Um, I don't think Eric and Ricky are friends with Beck anymore. I think they had a falling out last year. Um, I don't go to the farms. It's a cesspool. Hey Amber, want some Strawberry Hill? I just need your address. Totally innocent. That was some nice expensive coffee cake she threw away. I was sad.
But I have no way of knowing if she ever saw that email. And after that, I stopped hearing from
Oh
the.
wait, what? They had a falling out because Beck didn't keep up with them. Um, that Amber's not a MAGA supporter. Oh no, Lizzie, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that. Um, they did have a falling out because Beck didn't keep up with them. Isn't that what Amber said? Um, Amber said in one of her voice notes that that was one reason why that Eric and Ricky stopped talking to her because she didn't talk to them often enough. So if the same thing happened with Beck, maybe Eric and Ricky are taking a page out of Alexis's book.
Legit and confident at the time. But when I wasn't able.
Amber should have gave them money, but honestly, Beck has gotten a lot of donations over the years that should have made. They got over $2,200 just in super thanks. Um, on their last video. I think I've seen or heard something somewhere that isn't why Beck had a falling out with Eric and Ricky, but I can't remember. I can't remember where I saw that or heard that.
To provide him an updated address for Amber to serve her with the lawsuit, he said that he would send her an email. But I have no way of knowing if she ever saw that email. And after that, I stopped hearing from the attorney altogether. I'm guessing.
So, wait, what was in the email? Because if I got an email from a random attorney being like, "Hey, I need to serve papers."
Video. Some people ask why I haven't legally pursued the money from the live streams I was in with Amber or had questions about the attorney I talked to. I wanted to go more into detail for those who were confused and wanted me to try and get that money back. I did want to stand up for myself in that way and to fight for what she owed me. I didn't want to feel like she had won and gotten away with it. So last year, I tried working with an attorney who had reached out and contacted me and offered to work pro bono in my case. He seemed legit and confident at the time. But when I wasn't able to provide him an updated address for Amber to serve her with the lawsuit, he said that he would send her an email. But I have no way of knowing if she ever saw that email. And after that, I stopped hearing from the attorney altogether. I'm guessing that he just wasn't willing to put in more time into something without any return on his end. Unfortunately, pursuing things further just doesn't seem realistic for me right now because of the time, the fees, the complicated legal system, and the unsure outcome. I just don't know enough about it, really.
Okay, so yeah, so either the attorney never sent an email or Amber ignored the email, which is probably what happened, or she just didn't see it. Um, yeah, a lot of people are saying that Beck's script sounds like AI. It just doesn't seem very natural. And Heather, shit, I need to go live with a sob story. Let's see, Common Sense, Kim. Says Beck themselves said that the few times they called, she was in the grips of deep clinical depression before inpatient stay. I don't know. I mean, if Eric and Ricky would be like, oh, well, then F you, we're not friends anymore because you're horribly depressed, that would make Eric and Ricky be really shitty friends. And maybe Amberlynn and Beck are both better off not having them in their lives. But for Eric, and Ricky being some of Beck's like oldest friends, to drop them because they're depressed seems a bit weird to me personally. I mean, I hear it is Beck keeping on task to heal. She's telling portions of her side, trying to keep her peace. Maybe her therapist maybe, I don't know, Kim. Hey, Ilya. I hope you get a beautiful haircut. I don't watch Six Bacons, no, but I have seen him in Tree Boy Ilya's chats before. Under the impression they're shitty friends. Bingo, Eric is more than crappy friend. We saw how this telling on Rafe about Amber to Amber. Hectic boy Ilya. They're not good friends. I think they actually broke Eric and Ricky. I've heard that. Yeah, Ricky seems to be a pretty chill person that didn't like drama. Eric and Ricky are garbage people anyway. Everybody is a garbage person in the Amberverse, including the reactors. We are also garbage people because we cover it. Yes, keep the cute little curl, Ilya. Keep the cute little hair curl up front here. Don't you shave that off. The most context you've gotten about Beck and Eric and Ricky's falling out is Cheyenne's newest video. I haven't had a chance to watch Cheyenne's newest video yet. Now, Ilya, don't you be making eyes at my woman there. If you're making eyes at my woman, you can catch these hands, Ilya. We need a Jade tell-all for real. I bet she could. I would trust Wifey's story. If Jade were to tell us stories or come out with something, I would actually believe her. So dapper.
Next, I'm adding this in here because it wasn't really in my comments, but it is important. I was shown by a friend that a picture had been floating around of a cat that looked similar to Rarity, and the cat was at a shelter in Wisconsin, found after she'd gone missing.
Just make smiles at Libby's woman, Ilya. Ilya knows that I love him. I know. I'm so abusive to my viewers. You are all just despicable pieces of shit. No, you are all amazing, and I love that each and every one of you choose to spend some of your time with me. Why is Beck always surprised by the positive reception they get every time they come back to the internet? It's always the same. Folks post really nice comments on their videos and send them money. There are some comments. There are some comments with people commenting about, Beck, you only come back when you need money. You only come back when something bad has happened, when you need to get paid. There are quite a few comments about that as well. But overwhelmingly, Beck is supported by the community. but we like Mean Libby. Tribulia is so traumatic type deal moment. Libby staked her territory. She's not afraid to cause Ilya's quick advancement to the next life. Territorial rights. When Zach said catch these hands, he meant him and Amber should play catch with wifey's hand. Just typing the hand made me think of Thomas the food engine patting Amber's typing. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, we're probably gonna get to that. So this cat, Tommy made a post on Instagram saying that they did follow up on this cat. They called the shelter, they talked to the shelter, and this cat was actually microchipped and was reunited with its family. So this cat was not Rarity.
First reaction to the picture without looking too closely was, that's not Rarity. But now looking closer and comparing old photos, the markings are very similar. I wish there was a full body picture of her from the shelter.
So most shelter websites will have multiple pictures of the cat. If you click on like the cat's profile, they'll open up like a page for that animal, and there'll be more pictures. I just haven't seen more pictures of the cat. But according to Emily, the cat was microchipped and was reunited with its family, and it wasn't Rarity. Mademoiselle Side says, "You're the leader of his fan club, but I'm the leader of his stan club." Well, I see where I stand. Apparently, I've already lost my wifey to Tree Boy Ilya. This is a cute Kirby. Sorry, this is a cute Kirby.
To tell if the white on her paws match exactly, or if there's any...
Looking at the side of the left paw, it looks like Rarity's comes down and out a little more. But as we just established, the cat was not Rarity. It was reunited with its original family.
Any white on the other side of her lip because of the angle and the bars in the picture. I can't say for sure that it is Rarity to ease all of our nerves, but it definitely could be her.
Where did Emily come from? What do you mean? Madam has two hands. You called it out first, though. What did I call out first? Emily is the actual name of Amber's girlfriend. Tommy is the nickname that Amber gave her. Well, that's not very nice, Lizzie.
Obviously, I would want her to be found rather than still be out there anywhere.
We all want Rarity to be found.
Then I hope whoever adopted her from the shelter is a kind person with a good home and that she is safe and warm. If it isn't, I still wish and hope that someone quickly took her in and she isn't suffering. On a happier note, I had lots of people ask if I would be taking commissions again. And I really appreciate that there are a lot of you that would be interested in commissions from me. Last time,
Beck's artwork has gotten a lot better than it was, 4 or 5 years ago.
I tried taking commissions. I didn't anticipate the amount of time it would take to get to everyone, and I know it was a bit of a mess.
Who knows,
I
Salty
would really need to figure out a way to do that where I could only take a couple at a time to ensure that I can get to them in a timely manner.
Alright, sorry, I don't allow this word in my chat. who knows how Amber comes up with any nicknames? Alex, Feline. Well, that was because of like Bambi or something. But who knows? Maybe she saw a picture of Emily wearing Tommy Hilfiger clothes or something. I don't know. I love how ALR makes up new names for her girlfriends to confuse the timeline. I don't know. No, Heather. It's also against TOS, just as Kim says. It was you, Lizzie. Yes, it was you. Bad Lizzie. I did. I have, Kim. I've blocked a few words, and they're still able to appear in the chat. Yes, Peep Chop is correct. It could be because it was plural, and that's why it allowed it.
I'll be posting on my community tab about details when, if I get that all figured out. Maybe we could do a free
It's all good. You didn't know.
raffle or something. Let me know if you have a better idea. Continuing on top of the art commission stuff, I had lots of interest in what characters I'm drawing and if I would talk about my favorite.
Sorry, Lizzie R is the one, not the Canadian Lizzie. You're fine. Don't feel bad, Lizzie R. It's fine. It happens. Heather, how the hell did you start a fire in your air fryer?
Anime shows and inspirations. And so I'm going to have every character.
Kim says Lizzie without the R, so Canadian Lizzie. All Lizzies are usually up to no good. My cousin is Lizzie too. Stitch and Stream says call her Lizard. Oh, you're California. Why did I think you were Canadian? Why did I think you're Canadian? Damn it, you're both Californians. Uh, well, damn it. Why did I think you're Canadian? I don't know. Maybe I saw a picture on your Instagram that made me think you were in Canada, and I just. Oh, you read a hockey game. That's why I thought you were Canadian. I thought you were Canadian because you read a hockey game. Third fryer, third air fryer. Both. Texan by the way of Wisconsin. Y'all are all over. Lesbian Lizzie. There is Lizzie without the R is Les Liz. Oh, the French Lizzie. Okay. You know there's an artist, there was a cartoon called like Lizzie the Leslie. Did you ever see that? I loved it. It was so funny.
I draw for you named on screen with the source that they're from for you guys. Then I think I'll make a separate video later about all my favorites. From Cartoon Network to Adult Swim to Disney and Ghibli. Hopefully you guys will be into that. We could get into other stuff too, like music and movies and things.
We live
I
the
happened
boys.
to catch this comment asking to draw Bill.
I hope you see this, Beck. My son is obsessed with Gravity Falls, and when he saw your drawings on the screen, he got so excited. If you ever do one again, his favorite character is Bill Cipher. Seriously, you made his day. He ran to his room and started drawing afterwards. Oh, that's sweet. Used to live in Ontario.
Cipher because their son loves Gravity Falls. So this one is dedicated to Darth Panda 5142's son.
This should be fun! Remember, reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram. Bye, Gold, bye!
And finally, I saw people asking if I would ever consider making videos reacting to Amber's content. And
Probably not. That wouldn't be healthy for her. I don't know if Alexis is going to upload. I guess we'll find out. Aaron's in Ontario. I'll try to remember where y'all live, but I make no promises. I barely know where I am half the time.
I definitely don't want to make this channel an Amberlyn Reed reaction channel. However, I have thought about making react videos to other things in the past. And if I decided to do those reactions, then maybe in time I could react to some of the old clips I was in on her channel too. Depending on the clips, of course. This way I could share my side of my perspective of what was happening at the time. And I'm sure you guys would find it interesting. But I don't want to watch anything that's too much. Maybe you guys could give me some mild suggestions to react to.
You can't stand who, Heather? Amberlyn? Or, oh, Alexis. Alexis is who you're talking about. I'm sorry. Libby thought she was in her... Yeah, see, I really don't know where I am half the time. I can't even dox myself correctly. Fuck. It's like... Arkansas.
The last thing I want to talk about is my experience living in Appalachia.
Lizard, all I heard is that your parents are too rich. I'll rob you if that helps. My parents own too much property. Yeah, that sounds like a horrible problem. Lizzie R. Or Lizard. Why are we calling her Lizard? That seems mean. Is that an Illuminati triangle? No, it's apparently a character from a cartoon called Gravity Falls. Oh! That's why. I saw a comment on this video with someone saying, I can't support your channel because you have Illuminati symbols in your artwork. Fucking idiot.
As a member of the queer community and a little more about how I came out. I know I have already shared most of my...
We're all stuck in the Amberverse. I know. Let me out. But the character is based on the Illuminati, yes, yeah. I haven't seen the cartoon.
coming out story, but I wanted to share a bit more about what happened
Okay.
after. Unfortunately, even today, a lot of people growing up in Appalachia still experience fear and discrimination within their homes and circles and may feel that they can relate to my experience.
Absolutely. I mean, anywhere like in more rural areas, and even in Missouri, I mean, we're kind of a rural state too. Unless you live in like a bigger city that's a little more metropolitan, a little more liberal, you may still encounter a lot of people that don't accept homosexuality, which, I mean, I guess you do you, but people are people.
Growing up, I knew what being gay was. My cousin came out as a lesbian when I was a toddler, but I didn't realize that I was for a long time because of religion and heteronormativity. The realization hit me suddenly. I was terrified and
Look at Beck knowing big words. Heteronormativity. My nephew's toy clown. That's cute.
heteronormativity. The realization hit me suddenly. I was terrified and went through many stages of grief, mourning who I thought I was, and even worse, who my family wanted me to be. I knew some of my family's love had limits. I was quick.
That's kind of sad. Knew my family's love had some limits. That sucks. That would make it really hard to come out. Lizzie, I've lived in many. Lizzie R. I'm from Sherman Oaks, lived in Quebec, Fort Erie, and Burlington. Clearly, my parents don't know how to settle. Me and Aaron going to meet up for real. Me giving away my address for free. If anybody needs to serve Lizzie R papers, here's her address. She's giving it away for free. Here you go, Beck. Apparently this is her nephew's toy clown.
To accept myself, but I knew my family and friends would be another story. I hid it for a while until my mom discovered a love note in my room addressed to a girl and confronted me about it. It was
I think I remember Beck telling this story. This is a story you were talking about, Kim. Yeah, it's sad that families can't look past. Can't look past it.
was a Sunday night, and my mom asked me to stay home from church that day when everyone else had
You know what you did.
left. We had the talk. I remember being told that it would have been better had I been dead or on drugs than to have been gay. That night, I had to leave the only home I'd ever known. I was told that I had.
I was thinking the same thing too, Mars. Isn't this when she went to go live with her sister? She went to go live with her sister after this. But I'm a cheerleader. Did I say that weird? Cheerleader. That's one of my favorite lesbian movies. I love that movie.
Had to either stay and be straight or leave and continue down the path my family thought was wrong, being gay and being me. Obviously, this wasn't a real choice for me. I had to leave. My family was disappointed in me and wanted nothing
Aaron, you silly Canadian. It's called an SSN here.
to do with me unless I changed. One time, I was even asked to participate in an exorcism. I refused.
What? You're possessed by the demon of homosexuality. Sadly, there are people like Greg Locke that preaches this sort of thing. That if you're afflicted with like autism or anything or bipolar, you're just being affected by a demon and you just need to be exorcised. It's a sin. Well, a lot of things are a sin apparently, Lizzie. Lizzie R. I'm sure you can find everything about me on the dark web. Sappho strikes again. That's right. Oh, you were asking a Canadian? But doesn't she live in California? Oh, you're a Canadian, but you live in California. I'm getting y'all confused. Y'all just live and be whatever nationality you want there. Pre-cooked bacon. Hey, I've purchased pre-cooked bacon before. Because I was too lazy to cook bacon. And I don't have a lot of time. That's right, we're in America, Aaron. This is America. Where's my bald eagle with a rifle? Living the dream that one day she serves Amber. You have both. If you immigrated to the U.S., you would have like an alien number or something. And Carmen San Diego S chat, I know. What's my coming out story? What did? Yeah, no, there's no letter involved.
It took time and effort, but my mom and I reconciled, and I did get an apology for the things said that really hurt me that night.
You're a mutt, Lizzie. That's what you are. You're a mutt. You're just from all over the place. You're a Canadian American. Ooh, I do need to get an eagle sound bit. Oh, thank you, Blue Hoodie. Oh, my first super sticker. Oh. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You don't have to send any of your hard-earned money into my chat, but I appreciate that so much. You didn't. Oh, you were born in America. So you'd have a social security number. Aaron giving me an identity crisis. What am I? Where am I from? Cheesecake Factory menu.
It hurt to not be accepted, but in the end, the only thing that mattered was that she loved me, and I did get an apology for the things said that really hurt me that night. It hurt to not be accepted.
So it's good that her mother, that their mother came to the realization that being gay isn't horrible and looked past, I guess, the religious bias and was able to accept Beck for who they were. We need a twerk. Ha! No. You all do not need a twerk. Maybe in private later. No.
Accepted, but in the end, the only thing that mattered was that she loved me enough to change and to put me before those beliefs she held so dear.
Well, as well you should. You should love your children unconditionally. Regardless if they're gay, straight, transgender, Republican. I mean, twerk is for members only. Twerk is for my YouTube wifey only.
I only wish I could have been there for her more in the end. I have other family members who I'm really close to who have accepted me too, and I'm so grateful for them. There are definitely still some whose love is conditional, but the ones who matter are all I need. If you've watched this far into the video, thank you. I had a lot of great suggestions for new videos to make, so I may make a few more videos like this, but also trying some new things. Living in Appalachia,
You know, I kind of agree, Stitch and Stream, because being a Republican is a choice. So my brother, I don't know if I should out him. My brother is getting married in August. He never told our mom that he was gay because of how mom reacted to me coming out. But my brother is getting married in August. And he's having this dilemma of, I want to invite some of our extended family, but I don't want to invite like some cousins. He wants to invite some cousins that are supportive and accept that he and I are both gay, but he doesn't want to invite family members that aren't supportive and to possibly put them in an awkward situation. So he's struggling to try to figure out who to invite from our extended family. But so it's, I mean, we're from Southwest Missouri, and so it's like we have a lot of bigoted, I'll say, family members in our family, but it's, we have a large extended family. So it's like you want to invite people that you know are supportive. But yeah, it's,
I also would love to cover our paranormal creatures and folklore. We have a lot. I also saw a lot of people suggest ghost hunting, and that is something I love a lot and want to do something with. I do have a ghost box, and I think it would be really fun to do for a video. Of course, this would be done in my or a friend's home or somewhere I feel is haunted, but where I.
yeah, you let them know. Yeah, well, so our mom passed away in 2011, but we have several cousins that we're close with that would be supportive and support my brother and me. I've been single for so freaking long, but a couple of my aunts have met some previous girlfriends years and years ago, and they were supportive. But Stitch and Stream, I'll be your plus one and fight anyone who's nasty. Aww. That's why you're getting flowers for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it is a struggle to try to figure out, because sometimes you don't know who isn't supportive until you like invite them to a wedding, because they may not say anything, right, until they're put into that situation. I love such a gay, positive, safe space for people in this chat. Yeah, yeah, and I hope people are. I mean, I think a lot of people in the community are safe spaces. Um, I'm sorry to hear that, Lizzie. Lizzie without the R, that your partner's family won't be at your wedding. I'm sorry. That's awful. Can I come to the wedding on my Walmart scooter? I'll see what I can do. Oh. Beck should go Ghost Adventures. Yeah, people have said in a lot of comments they would love to see Beck do ghost hunting or paranormal stories. A lot of people would love to see that from Beck. You're intolerant of intolerance, absolutely, Stitch.
I can still be respectful, so probably no graveyards or anything. I also wanted to thank you guys for getting me to 80,000 subscribers. That.
Holy shit, 80,000 subscribers. Just basically handed this huge freaking platform they aren't even using. What would be fun, Stitch? Riding your Walmart scooter? But I don't know, Heather. I might have to invite my YouTube work wife as my plus one. I don't know. Oh. I don't think my brother expects me to be dating anybody by then, because he didn't tell me anything about a plus one when he called me this weekend to tell me that I was kind of sort of in the wedding party, and I would kind of sort of be walking Philip, and I would kind of sort of be there. And I'm like, what do you mean kind of sort of? It sounds like I'm going to be there in the wedding party. That'd be fun. Yeah, the ghost stories would be fun. Is that a book collection or DVDs? This is my library back behind me. This is all books. I turned that closet into a library. I better, Mademoiselle Sai. Absolutely, Kim. If anybody fucks with my brother, their asses out the door. He might be 9 years older than I am. But I'll punch a bitch for my brother. He has concepts of you being at the wedding party. Apparently. Yeah, same salty. Yeah. Mademoiselle can go. Oh, thank you, Heather. Yeah. Well, I don't have a lot of storage space in this house, so I'm not reading currently. That's right. They can catch these hands. Am I wearing a dress or suit? Probably neither. They're doing well. Let's finish Beck here real quick.
Is absolutely amazing, and I am hoping that we can continue to grow this channel.
They can catch my gimpy hands.
That's enough yapping for one video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah. So, I do have a video somewhere on my channel showing me putting the shelves in my library. I would want to come over and see Fiona's dad's pop collection. I bought a share pop at Target. Yeah, 80,000 is a shock. Am I wearing a dress or a suit? No, Mademoiselle Scythe, I am not going to be naked. That would be horrible for everybody involved. It's going to be a casual wedding. My brother and his fiance are going to be wearing jeans and like white button shirts and like a vest. So I'll just have on like some nice pants and like a blazer and maybe a button shirt. So, you are like literally married. Oh my god. I want Amber to cater my wedding in 20 years. Cucumber boots. Or the scallions, the green onions with the blob of cream cheese rolled in bacon. Business attire. That might be what I end up wearing, Mademoiselle Scythe, because you will not catch me in a dress. But I'll just get... Since I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to wait a few months before I buy anything. There will be wedding pictures. And when the wedding happens, it isn't until August, I'll probably show them. Take a mace. A mace is always intimidating. Such a stream. When is the wedding? I'll have your flail finished. It's in August. Oh, no! Clean the condensation. Now pronounce you guys married type deal. I do have I have email. If you're in the Discord, I can send it to you. Her grandma's spaghetti. Oh, I forgot about that spaghetti recipe. There we go. I don't know. I think they're still looking for like caterers. And granted, we are in Southwest Missouri, and my brother knows a lot of gay business owners. So I'm sure he won't have a hard time finding people to cater and make the cake and stuff. So 7 mini chocolates each. Lizzie R. What hot actress should I marry so Amber can officiate us in holy matrimony? Bring your own dish and a new dish they can keep. That would be interesting, Kim. Salty Pearl. OMG, Lizzie, you could buy an ALR cameo and ask her to do a wedding speech. Oh my god. I should do that for my brother. Oh. Billie Eilish, so she cries the whole time. Yeah, what was your wedding song, Fiona's mom? Like, I guess, I don't know, is that what you do your first dance to? I don't know. I don't know how this works anymore. Do not torture your brother. Remember, you love him. Well, sometimes he needs a little bit of torture. Speaking about queer business, Libby is offering her limited edition ALR Gay Pride necklace. That's right. The Amber Lynn Reed Pride collection. And chest piece. What shirt size do I wear? Currently, does Cameo accept avocado? Y'all are awful. I am currently a 2X. Hoping to be down by a 1X by time the wedding comes. That's my goal. I can do merch now. I can add merch to my channel now. Kim says, torture, why alligator clamps and 9-volt batteries exist. I want someone to play an ALR cameo at my wedding. Good night, Peep Chop. We're going to see the mesh shirt. I'm going to try to record that video this weekend. If Crumble Cookie is open on Saturday for me to buy some cookies. You know, if I get married ever, which I'm never getting married, but if Amber Lynn is still doing videos and cameos, if I ever happen to get married in like 10 years, we're gonna get an Amber Lynn cameo. Because, you know, my ass will probably still be making videos, if she's still making videos. Dainty Bush sweatshirts. They will. I have Aaron's partner, hopefully. How do I get in touch with your partner, Aaron? Or if he's busy, I can find somebody from the Discord to pay to make these for me. Excuse you. It is a crumble cookie crumble. Oh, you want Amber at your wedding when you marry Anna Kendrick? Oh, Anna Kendrick is quite pretty and she's hilarious. You'll name your firstborn child Amber. Will your firstborn child? Oh no. Don't do that to that child. Life with You, Kelsey Hart. Interesting song Fiona's dad said reminded him. Is that a country song? Because I don't think I've heard that. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. Interesting. You're so ready for the ALR cosplay, Salty Pearl. Oh. Let's see if he has Discord or he can use mine. Yeah, there we go. Because you're in the Discord now. We lured you in. Callie from Free Spirit actually named her child Amberlyn Jr. Oh, yes, like the stream. And thank you. Thank you, Blue Hoodie, and thank you, Aaron, for the super chat and the super thanks. You did not have to do that. That was my first super chat and my first, super sticker. That was my first super chat and super sticker. So sweet. Lured with cucumber boats. She was lured by the possible twerking. My mom said I'm not allowed to have just. How old are you, Lizzie R? Maybe you shouldn't be in this chat. How old are you? It's been such a funny stream. Thank you, Mars. AJ would be a beautiful name, though. AJ. AJ is a nice abbreviation. Initials. Good lord. Pitch Perfect is gay cinema. I do like Pitch Perfect. I do like those movies. Ew, a child. Don't forget the microwave tortillas. My mom said I'm not allowed to share my age. Are you seriously in high school, Lizzie? If you are actually in high school, this is not an appropriate chat for you to be in. This content is not made for minors. Oh, your brother's name is AJ. Oh! The cottage cheese. No. We can do that here at the very... Give me one second. I'll be right back. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm looking for the right clip to put up. There we go. All right, we are back. The teacher's gone. Anything is better than calc homework. She's keeping the booty from us. Heather, I stopped counting my age as well. Mostly because I have to do math. Do you think I'll like what? Alright, we have a little pack of Doritos. We have some cottage cheese. It's even the same brand that Amberlynn had, the Target Good and Gather. So, I've heard this actually tastes good. I've heard this actually tastes good. Yes. I will share Doritos with you, yes. Alright, we're gonna try this. We want booty. Alright, cottage cheese and Dorito. Oh, I'm sure you were all very well behaved. Oh. Beauty bite. I like cottage cheese. I usually put salt and pepper on my cottage cheese. This cottage cheese doesn't seem to really have any flavor. There's a little bit. When you have it on the Dorito, though, you can't really taste the cottage cheese. So it just... It just tastes like a Dorito with curds on it. I can't taste the cottage cheese really, and I like cottage cheese. Eat a whole shrimp. If I ate a shrimp platter, I would be very, very ill. Seafood makes me sick because I haven't eaten it in over 30 years. Why would you want soggy chips? Well, do you ever use salsa or cheese dip with your chips? I mean, you would have to really leave the chip in the cottage cheese to make it soggy. Salsa, cottage cheese, and corn chips. There's... Well, that's what cottage cheese is. Cottage cheese is curds. That's why you can get small curd or large curd. Taki's so freaking hot. You don't like hot stuff, Mademoiselle Scythe? Well, there goes my plan for our date. No, it's fine. But I don't taste the cottage cheese. It's like I'm eating it in a flavorless dip. So I would need to add something. Excuse me, I'm so sorry if you heard that burp. I would have to add something to the cottage cheese to give it some flavor. But it would be a nice low calorie, higher protein base if you wanted to make a dip. I can have all the curds. Ugh, celery. I can't do celery. You don't eat dairy cheese. So all the real... gotcha, Mars. Well, cottage cheese is like the curds from, like, curdled milk, basically. cream cheese is cream cheese. I don't. Cream cheese is dairy. It's more like a butter texture. Add mustard? Oh God, no. I don't like mustard that much. Amber's bagel gave me flashbacks. Texture. Yeah. Yeah. So I tried the cottage cheese and Doritos, and I wouldn't give it. I wouldn't give it an Amberlynn foodgasm eye roll like she did, unless you really, really, really like Doritos. Um, I have almond milk in my fridge, so I had some cow's milk for when I was making. You made your bulldog too spicy. That's sad. Stitch and Stream, calm down. That's not even remotely true. Coconut milk. Put some cottage cheese on it. Oh, yeah. I had some cow's milk in my fridge just to make some hot chocolate. But it goes bad too quickly, so I don't usually buy cow's milk unless I buy like Fairlife. But I usually get almond milk because it has fewer calories. But did Beck put too much Tapatio in it? But well, I might finish this a little bit later. I do need to make some dinner, and I do need to do some work because it is 6:20 and I need to put in a few hours of work for my part-time work. But thank you all so much for joining me in watching Beck's video. We did not get to Amberlynn's video that was uploaded today. I'll see if I can make time tomorrow to go live again to watch Amber's video. It's going to be really hard to squeeze in streaming during the week, but I am going to try. I'm going to try to keep up with it, to keep the channel going. So I'll see what I can do. But thank you all so much. Again, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Blue Hoodie, for your super chat and your super sticker. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to try to read the names because I will forget. But thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the night. I'm probably going to make some noodles for dinner, maybe. I might just heat up and eat clean meal. I don't know. But have a good night. Thank you all so much, and until next time, be safe and take care.